How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have some pretty red markets right now. The crypto market's falling, with Bitcoin falling down to 27,300. A lot of meme coins down significantly. 𝗡𝗍𝗩 is down like 35 to 40% in the last 24 hours. A lot of other meme coins down much more than that. I want to talk about that and talk about some huge news coming from Elon Musk in the last hour. So if you don't mind, please hit subscribe underneath that video. Turn on that bell notification if you want to see more videos just like this. And I made a video earlier today talking about some bad news typically or possibly in the market. So I'll put that on the end screen. If you haven't seen that already, check that out. Now, as you can see, the market is down. Bitcoin's down 5.1%. The whole market's down 4.7%. 𝗡𝗍𝗩 is down 40%. So first of all, let me say something. Whenever we see an altcoin move up this much, especially a meme coin, you got to expect pullbacks. This is the same price that we saw 4 days ago, half a week ago. And we're going to see some people taking profits. Some people were up still 2,000% over the last couple of weeks. So that can cause some volatility, especially when there are traders that are longing and shorting as well, because this is open on a lot of different exchanges now. And we got news about 𝗡𝗍𝗩 being put on Binance as well, which was kind of the peak. So a lot of excitement, a lot of people now taking profits or just selling, some people down 60%. So you have to be careful when there's news like that. That's why even when I'm talking about meme coins in videos, I'm still talking about putting less than 1% in these meme coins. My whole meme portfolio is worth like 0.05% or 0.1% of my crypto portfolio. So you have to be careful there. Now, there are a lot of liquidations coming in. 73 million in the last 1 hour. A lot of those coming in Bitcoin, but you can see it's across the board. Ethereum, Litecoin, 𝗡𝗡𝗩, Dogecoin, a lot of people being liquidated, mostly on the long side. A lot of longs being liquidated. You can see here, May 7th, about 200 million worth of longs liquidated. Now, there are a couple different reasons for this. Some of it could just be liquidations with nothing to do with any kind of narrative, but I think part of it is due to Binance. As I talked in my video earlier today, there is some FUD about withdrawals. Yesterday, this caused the market to fall down a bit. Now there's some whispers that they could possibly have the U.S. government going after them. And it just came out that XRP spent $200 million fighting the SEC. That just came out in the last few hours here too. So no one wants to go through that. No one wants to be kicked out of the U.S. But this is definitely a possibility. It's kind of interesting that Binance hasn't already heard something since all these other exchanges are under fire. It's interesting that Binance has not gotten in more trouble with the U.S. for selling securities. I'm not saying that should happen, but I'm saying I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't at this point. We also have some other news. Well, traders just looking at price action are seeing that we could go down to 27,300 as a line in the sand. And what's interesting is we hit that exact mark just a few minutes ago. Now there's some other stuff happening. Obviously, we have CPI coming in just 2 days. There could be some people worried about that. Also, some worry about PPI as well. Miners are also selling. You can see the miner reserve is falling down since basically mid-2022. So the price started to fall down. Miners started to accumulate, and then they started to sell off. I think maybe that's because credit got a lot more difficult to get. Lines of credit got more difficult. Interest rates went up, so it was much harder to just leverage your credit and to leverage cheap debt to get more miners and to fund your operation. So a lot of these Bitcoin miners had to continue to sell off their Bitcoin mining proceeds. So as you can see here, they are at pretty low levels of Bitcoin held. Now, that being said, that's definitely going to change in the future, right? When miners are feeling more bullish on the market, or when credit gets a little bit easier to get a hold of, obviously they're going to hold on to more Bitcoin, which causes a lot less selling pressure. Now, dominance is moving up just a tiny bit from earlier today, but you can still see Bitcoin dominance around 48.3%. Now, I think you have to remember that this is actually a pretty good time to be buying. If you just look at where we've been over the last couple of weeks, right? We've fallen down to about 27.1 in the last couple weeks, but besides that, we haven't dipped below that. So this is a pretty good time if we bounce off, especially if we have decent CPI, decent PPI. We could actually see Bitcoin make a nice low rally. That being said, though, we could always fall down too. It's hard to know, especially with big catalysts coming up. And if we look here, right, we could fall down a little bit more to the 200-week moving average, which right now is around 26,000. So that's definitely possible. We could use that as support. Personally, I haven't been allocating towards crypto in a few months just because we had so much time to buy around 20,000. The last time I bought was right around here, 20,600. Personally, I'll be sitting on my hands a little bit. I have a nice allocation towards Bitcoin, especially since we've moved up recently. I'm happy to kind of just wait this out. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think we'll continue to move up, right? But the fact is I do have a large allocation towards Bitcoin already. So if we get some more attractive prices, maybe we fall down to that $26,000 mark, maybe I'll DCA a little bit. But unless we fall down a little bit more significantly, I'll probably keep my allocation where it is. That being said, though, if you are someone that wants to add to Bitcoin, I'd be looking for these key support areas, and then maybe that's when you want to DCA, unless you already have a typical, normal, really steady DCA strategy where you just put it in every so often, no matter what the price is. Then you can just carry on doing what you're going to do. Now on to the news from Elon Musk. Once FSD is super smooth, not just safe, we will roll it out for a free month trial for all cars in North America. Then extend to the rest of the world after we ensure it works well on local roads and regulatory permissions allow this. So basically, they're going to roll this out to everyone in North America for a free month. I think that's going to be insane. There's going to be a lot of excitement from that. I didn't know that they were going to do this, but that could be huge for their business. I mean, this is just all gravy to them, right? It barely costs anything for them. It's just all profit. So if they roll this out, they roll out FSD, and everyone gets it free for a month. There are millions of cars on the road that may decide this is worth it, especially for people that have long commutes, right? They don't want to have to drive and take up mental capacity. Not saying that you could use your phone in the car, but you're probably more likely to be able to check a text or to make a call more comfortably, or just enjoy yourself. Let your mind go a little bit and just relax a little bit more in the car. Right? You have to be careful because you still have to drive the cars on FSD. Technically, you're supposed to pay attention. But I think that could bring in thousands, tens of thousands of people that might want to upgrade to this. Right? If you're rolling it out to 2 million people, what kind of take rate can you get after a free month where people realize, hey, I have a lot more mental capacity when I don't have to worry about driving through traffic for 2 hours a day? Could be worth it. So that is awesome news, I think, for Tesla. That's pretty big, and there's very little drawback in my mind to that. Maybe there are a couple less people that buy it that would have bought it anyways, but honestly, you don't want people to be pissed off at your product and talk about how it's not worth it. So it's better not to get the little amount of income from these people that actually would have bought it but now won't. It's better just to not have that happen. And, maybe some people will wait to buy FSD because they see this and maybe they think, okay, I'll just try it out for free. Maybe that puts off some of the revenue. But overall, it could be a while before we see this actually rolled out. Could be years. So I don't know how many people are really going to wait that long. But let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.